Two Minds, One Dream, The Wright Brothers Revolution. Reading and published by Mr. Books. Introduction. In the annals of history, few narratives resonate with the blend of ambition, innovation, and perseverance as profoundly as that of the Wright brothers. Wilbur and Orville Wright, two siblings from Dayton, Ohio, transformed their childhood fascination with flight into a revolutionary force that changed the course of human transportation. Their story embodies the quintessence of two minds unified by an unwavering vision and the indomitable spirit of exploration, one dream that inspired generations and continues to inspire the realm of aviation today. From an early age, the Wright brothers were captivated by the idea of flying. Their household, rich in curiosity and ingenuity, fostered a culture that encouraged experimentation and learning. The story of their journey began not with grand visions of flight, but with small, curious ventures into the mechanics of flight as they crafted model kites and gliders. This initial exploration laid the groundwork for their future innovations, a testament to how humble beginnings can engender monumental change. The Wright brothers possessed complementary skills that facilitated their triumph. Wilbur, the intellectual philosopher, delved into aerodynamics and meticulously analyzed the principles of flight, while Orville, the practical engineer, brought their ideas to life with hands-on experimentation. This synergy not only enhanced their problem-solving capabilities, but also solidified their bond as collaborators. Their partnership exemplifies how diverse perspectives can merge to create groundbreaking solutions. As they meticulously documented their experiments, the Wright brothers faced numerous challenges, including failures, financial constraints, and skepticism from the public and scientific community. Yet, their resilience and tenacity propelled them forward. Their relentless pursuit of the dream to achieve powered flight culminated in a series of sophisticated designs and prototypes, ultimately leading to the historic moment on December 17, 1903, when the Wright Flyer lifted off the ground, marking humanity's first controlled, powered flight. This book endeavors to unravel the intricate tapestry of their revolutionary journey, delving into their early influences, the challenges they overcame, the inventions they perfected, and the legacy they forged. It seeks not only to recount historical facts, but also to imbue a sense of understanding regarding the tenacity required to challenge the status quo. The Wright brothers' legacy resonates in contemporary aviation, where their principles continue to shape the designs and technologies of modern aircraft. As we explore each chapter of their saga, we shall uncover the innovations that laid the foundation for the world of aviation as we know it today. This is not merely a story of mechanical achievement, but a narrative of two minds, united by a single dream, a dream that soared beyond the constraints of their time, forever altering the skies. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to support the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an audiobook that could change your life. Now, let's begin. Enjoy. Chapter 1. Genesis of a Dream, Early Influences and Aspirations. The story of the Wright brothers begins in the small town of Dayton, Ohio, where the seeds of their aviation dream were sown in the fertile ground of a nurturing household. Born to Millicent and Bishop Wright, both of whom valued education and intellectual curiosity, Wilbur, born April 16, 1867, and Orville, born August 19, 1871, grew up in an environment that encouraged inquiry and creativity. Their mother, an inventor in her own right, played with mechanics with her children, fostering a unique atmosphere of engagement and experimentation. The brothers' early engagement with machinery began with a simple toy, a small kite designed by their father, which sparked their imaginations. This early exposure to the principles of flight would later influence much of their work. Wilbur and Orville were part of a family that championed the pursuit of knowledge and scientific understanding, leading them to cultivate an interest in the burgeoning field of flight during their formative years. As young boys, the brothers were encouraged to ask questions and explore the world around them. They read voraciously, consuming books on mathematics, mechanics, and the early theories of flight proposed by contemporaries like Sir George Cayley and Otto Lilienthal. This knowledge would become integral to their experiments. They built and tested flying machines and kites, meticulously observing their flight patterns and recording their results, an early indication of their methodical approach to innovation. However, the dream of flying was not without its challenges. Many of their early attempts were met with failures, causing frustration and self-doubt. Yet, it was during these times that they learned the most vital lessons: study, adaptation, and perseverance. Their trial and error process, coupled with their insatiable curiosity, allowed them to refine their ideas and methodologies gradually. The impact of influential figures in aviation also played a pivotal role in shaping their aspirations. They scrutinized the works of aviation pioneers, absorbing their successes and failures as learning opportunities. This dialogue with history propelled them forward in their quest to conquer the sky. As they began to synthesize their learnings with their burgeoning skills, their early design sketches started to take form, signaling a burgeoning confidence that they were on the brink of something significant. The brothers' formidable bond was further solidified by their shared interests and collaborative spirit. They complemented each other's skills and perspectives, enabling them to tackle challenges more effectively. While Wilbur often approached problems with theoretical analysis, Orville's strength lay in practical application. This balance proved crucial as they began to experiment with powered flight in earnest, leading them to materialize their vision. In the early 1900 EEs, inspired by the profound potential of flight and the expansion of technology, the Wright brothers embraced the notion that controlled powered flight was within their grasp. They decided to take their passion seriously and dedicated themselves fully to their pursuit. This commitment became a critical turning point in their journey, as they began to conceive of actual designs for flying machines rather than just imaginative sketches. This unfolding narrative illustrates how the Wright brothers' early influences and aspirations formed the bedrock of their later successes. Their unique upbringing, supplemented by intellectual exploration, created a fertile environment for innovation, setting the stage for what would ultimately become a revolutionary chapter in human history. The ideals of curiosity, collaboration, and resilience, deeply ingrained in their characters, contributed to their eventual triumph over the challenges of early aviation. Chapter 2: The Birth of Innovation, Tools and Techniques. The quest for powered flight was not born merely from the dreams of the Wright brothers. Instead, it was forged through a combination of brilliant minds, innovative tools, and cutting-edge techniques that became pivotal to their success. This chapter explores the essential aspects of their creative process, emphasizing how their unyielding dedication to experimentation and engineering facilitated groundbreaking advancements in aviation. In their early efforts, the Wright brothers relied heavily on existing knowledge surrounding aerodynamics, physics, and the mechanics of flight. The inspiration derived from the works of pioneering aviation theorists such as Otto Lilienthal and Sir George Cayley helped shape their approach. Lilienthal's meticulous observation of gliding birds and his own flight experiments underscored the importance of stability and control in aerial maneuvers, while Cayley's calculations provided a mathematical foundation for their designs. The transition from concept to reality required the Wrights to develop a range of tools and techniques. Central to their innovation was the wind tunnel, which they constructed in their bicycle shop. This rudimentary yet effective apparatus was pivotal in testing various wing shapes and designs, allowing them to collect data that would inform their future work. The wind tunnel experiments enabled the brothers to gain a greater understanding of lift, drag, and the critical balance necessary for sustained flight. Through systematic testing, they discovered that the shape of an aircraft's wings significantly influenced its airborne capabilities, an insight that would later inform the design of their pioneering aircraft. Equipped with the knowledge gleaned from these experiments, the brothers focused on refining their control methods. They studied various wing warping techniques, which became a signature feature of their designs. By allowing the wings to flex and twist in response to the changing aerodynamic forces, the Wright Flyer could maintain a level of control previously unattainable in earlier flight attempts. This innovation laid the groundwork for modern flight control mechanisms, illustrating the Wrights' forward-thinking vision. Additionally, the brothers were adept at using available technology to their advantage. Their background in bicycle manufacturing provided them with an unparalleled understanding of balance, steering, and stability qualities that were essential for flight. They utilized this knowledge to construct a lightweight yet robust framework for their aircraft. The materials they chose, including spruce for the frame and muslin for the wings, were carefully selected for their strength-to-weight ratio, ensuring that their designs maintained structural integrity while remaining as lightweight as possible. Throughout this process, the Wright brothers embodied the spirit of trial and error. Each new iteration of the Wright Flyer was shaped by insights gleaned from previous tests. Following the construction of the first glider in 19, they engaged in an unwavering commitment to improvement. Their experimentation was punctuated by numerous failures, yet each misstep offered invaluable lessons. It was the combination of hands-on craftsmanship and an analytical mindset that distinguished the Wright brothers from their contemporaries. By the time they were ready to tackle the challenges of powered flight in 1903, they had not only developed an innovative aircraft, but also cultivated an experimental framework that prioritized learning from failure. This iterative approach allowed them to push beyond the limitations of existing knowledge, ultimately leading to their monumental breakthrough in aviation history. In examining the tools and techniques employed by the Wright brothers, it is evident that their success was predicated on a blend of intellectual curiosity, practical ingenuity, and an unwavering commitment to innovation. As we progress to the subsequent chapters, we will explore how these foundational elements coalesced into a revolutionary leap for mankind, the first powered flight. Chapter 3: Trials and Triumphs. The Road to Flight. The journey toward achieving powered flight was marked by a series of trials and triumphs that tested the vision, perseverance, and ingenuity of the Wright brothers. In their relentless pursuit of this dream, they navigated countless obstacles, each shaping their approach and fortifying their resolve. This chapter chronicles the pivotal moments in their journey, highlighting the spirit of experimentation that characterized their path to aviation success. In 19, the Wright brothers took their first significant stride toward flight, with the construction of a glider based on the aerodynamic principles they had studied. This glider was tested at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, chosen for its steady winds and isolated environment. Their initial expectations were tempered by the reality of gliding. While the apparatus successfully demonstrated the principles of lift and control, it became clear that the path to powered flight would require greater innovation and refinement. The brothers returned to their workshop with a newfound determination to improve their designs. Their subsequent gliders, in 1901 and 1902, incorporated lessons learned from earlier tests with enhancements in wing shape, size, and control mechanisms. However, despite these advancements, the brothers encountered a series of frustrating setbacks. The 1901 glider, for instance, was plagued with stability issues, leading to challenging and sometimes dangerous test flights. Each failure, though disheartening, provided critical data and insights, firmly establishing their experimental approach as a cornerstone of their methodology. A significant breakthrough came in 1902 when the Wright brothers introduced wing warping, a technique allowing them to control the aircraft's lateral balance, which had been a persistent challenge. This new feature further enhanced their glider's performance, allowing for more controlled and sustained flights. The important realization that control could be secured through manipulation of the wings marked a turning point in their experimentation, laying the groundwork for their future powered flight attempts. Encouraged by their achievements, the brothers turned their attention to the development of a powered aircraft. In 1903, they designed and constructed the Wright Flyer, an ambitious undertaking that included a powerful engine, propellers, and a frame meticulously designed to minimize weight while maximizing strength. Their insistence on using minimal materials while ensuring structural integrity showcased their engineering brilliance and dedication to the principles they had learned through previous trials. The decision to conduct the first powered flight at Kitty Hawk stemmed from the previous experiences they had gained in that location. The weather conditions were right, and the isolation provided desired privacy for their monumental experiment. On December 17, 1903, the moment they had worked so tirelessly for finally arrived. With the world on the cusp of witnessing something revolutionary, Orville piloted the Wright Flyer for its inaugural flight, covering 120 feet in 12 seconds, a modest distance, yet a monumental achievement in aviation history. However, the initial success was not without its complexities. After several successful flights that day, the brothers became increasingly aware of the crucial need for optimization. Even as they celebrated their groundbreaking achievement, they also recognized the work ahead. Each flight revealed nuances of control and performance that required ongoing refinement, a testament to the characteristics of both trial and triumph they had both come to embody. As the chapter comes to a close, it remains clear that the journey toward powered flight was far from linear. It demanded resilience, an unyielding belief in their vision, and a willingness to learn from setbacks. The Wright brothers transformed their trials into stepping stones, illustrating how challenges can catalyze innovation. The ensuing success of their explorations would serve as the precursor to transformative advancements in aviation, paving the way for future generations. Chapter 4: Breaking Boundaries, the first successful flight. The achievement of powered flight stands as a monumental milestone in human history. On December 17, 1903, the Wright brothers defied the conventional wisdom of their time, forever altering the course of aviation and society as a whole. This chapter delves into the intricacies surrounding that historic day, examining the event's significance, the challenges preceding it, and the broader implications for the world. In the days leading up to the first flight, anticipation and tension enveloped the Wright brothers. Despite having achieved successful glides with their earlier models, the prospect of powering a machine into the air required unwavering precision in both design and execution. They spent hours making final adjustments to the Wright Flyer, ensuring that every bolt was tightened and every component met their meticulous specifications. The airplane, with its 12-horsepower engine and unique design, was a synthesis of their innovative spirit and extensive testing. It featured a canard layout and arrangement in which a small horizontal surface at the front of the aircraft provided additional lift and control. This design was revolutionary, as it provided the critical stability that had thwarted earlier efforts in aviation. Each element of the Wright Flyer was a testament to the brothers' dedication to overcoming the engineering challenges that had hindered their predecessors. The morning of December 17 dawned clear and crisp, offering ideal conditions for their long-awaited attempts. The brothers articulated a logistical plan to manage their flights, with one brother piloting while the other documented the experience. This plan showcased their understanding of the need for systematic analysis, extending beyond mere aspiration to a practical framework for gaining insights based on real-time performance. Around 10:35 a.m., Orville climbed into the pilot's seat, and the world held its breath as he prepared for takeoff. Incredibly, he managed to coax the flyer into the air, sustaining a controlled flight across 120 feet. This single flight lasted a mere 12 seconds, yet it heralded a new era in both transportation and the understanding of human potential. On that day, the Wright brothers completed 4 flights, the longest of which lasted 59 seconds and covered 852 feet. As news of the brothers' success began to spread, the reactions from the public and media were mixed. While some celebrated the event as a monumental breakthrough in transportation, others remained skeptical, viewing it as an elaborate hoax or an isolated incident, unlikely to hold practical value. This dichotomy reflects the typical social resistance faced by pioneers, emphasizing the importance of persistence in the face of skepticism. Despite the varied reactions, the palpable excitement stirred by their achievement ignited a wave of interest in aeronautics and sparked the imagination of inventors and enthusiasts across the globe. Within a few months, aviation began to garner increasing attention, leading to inspired innovations and competitive spirit in air travel development worldwide. Notable figures began to reach out to the Wright brothers, eager to learn more about their techniques and the specifics of their flight. Nevertheless, the road ahead was rife with challenges. The Wright brothers found themselves grappling with the impending commercialization of their invention, raising questions about ownership, patents, and the ethical implications of their groundbreaking achievements. As they navigated the nascent aviation industry, the terrain was complex, fraught with rival inventors and competing claims. Reflecting upon the significance of their achievement, the Wright brothers did not simply achieve flight. They redefined humanity's relationship with technology and exploration. Their success emphasized that dreams, when pursued with intellect and determination, could shape the course of history. As we transition to the following chapter, we will explore the immediate public reaction to their flights, unveiling the fascinating intersection of innovation and perception that characterizes the dawn of aviation. Chapter 5: The Public Eye, Reactions and Recognition. The successful flights of the Wright brothers on December 17, 1903, marked a turning point not only for aviation, but also for society as a whole. With the first powered flight, they captured the attention of the public, igniting debates and discussions that reverberated through various facets of life. This chapter explores the spectrum of reactions to their achievement, highlighting the journey from skepticism to recognition, and how this pivotal moment influenced both the brothers and the aviation community. In the immediate aftermath of the flights, there was a mix of awe and disbelief. Although the brothers had captured the world's imagination, many were hesitant to accept the transformative nature of their achievement. Skepticism was almost a given, as many remained unconvinced of the practicality and sustainability of powered flight. A few newspapers dismissed the event as a mere parlor trick or sensationalism, robbing it of the significance it truly embodied. However, the Wright brothers strategically positioned themselves to gain both attention and validation. They meticulously documented the details of their flights, gathering evidence and data to validate their claims. This approach culminated in a series of well-crafted letters sent to journalists and aviation enthusiasts, inviting them to witness further demonstrations of powered flight. Their willingness to engage directly with the media played a critical role in shaping perceptions of their invention. As the broader aviation community began to take notice, the response started to shift. The 1904 season saw the brothers return to Kitty Hawk, where they further refined their aircraft design and piloted numerous successful flights. During this time, excitement began to build, with the press becoming increasingly interested in their work. The brothers' endeavors were now being chronicled in both regional and national publications, leading to burgeoning public interest in aviation. The recognition of the Wright brothers' work reached a climax at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, where they showcased their inventions and offered demonstrations to captivated audiences. This event proved instrumental in garnering widespread publicity and solidifying their reputations as pioneers in the field. The demonstrations inspired further investment, both in terms of public interest and financial backing, propelling the momentum of early aviation. Nonetheless, the brothers faced challenges from rival inventors and companies seeking to stake their claims in the evolving aviation landscape. Figures such as Glenn Curtiss and others challenged the Wrights' claims to priority in flight. This competition forced the brothers to navigate the murky waters of patent law and public perception as they sought to protect their innovation. In response to the rising challenges, the Wright brothers clinched a patent for their invention in 1906, solidifying their status as the inventors of the first practical airplane. The patent did not merely protect their invention, it also established them as the preeminent figures in the emerging aviation industry. However, they were acutely aware that maintaining their position would require continuous innovation and an ongoing commitment to excellence. The dynamic interplay between public perception and personal ambition ultimately shaped the legacy of the Wright brothers. Their ability to capture public interest, coupled with their unwavering dedication to improvement, laid the foundation for future aviation breakthroughs. Nevertheless, the evolving landscape of aviation was as much about competition as it was about collaboration. As the chapter concludes, we are poised to explore the advancements in aviation that arose from this dynamic interplay, highlighting how the Wright brothers' legacy inspired the next wave of inventors and engineers. Chapter 6: Advancements in Aviation, Building a Legacy. With the Wright brothers firmly established as pioneers in aviation, the world was thrust into a new era of technological advancement and exploration. This chapter examines the trajectory of aviation following their initial breakthroughs, emphasizing how the Wrights' innovations catalyzed further developments in aircraft, design, engineering, and public interest in flight. In the years following the historic flights of 1903, a range of inventors and engineers sought to build on the foundation laid by the Wright brothers. The aviation community underwent a metamorphosis marked by an explosion of creativity and experimentation. The fundamental concepts introduced in the Wright Flyer, such as power-to-weight ratio, aerodynamic control, and structural integrity, served as a guiding framework for subsequent aircraft designs. The advent of powered flight attracted significant attention and investment from both government and private sectors. In the United States, the military recognized the potential applications of aviation for reconnaissance and transportation, leading to a burgeoning interest in developing military aircraft. As nations around the globe began to invest in aviation technology, the Wright brothers found themselves at the center of a growing industry, influencing developments in both civilian and military aviation. In France, the Wright brothers' achievements were met with enthusiasm, stimulating a fierce competitive spirit among aviators. Figures such as Alberto Santos Dumont, who demonstrated remarkable feats of flight, propelled the fascination with aviation to new heights. The spirit of competition led to rapid advancements, exemplified by the development of more powerful engines, streamlined designs, and innovative control systems. This international landscape underscored the global impact of the Wright brothers' work, validating their place as seminal figures in aviation history. The brothers' commitment to continual improvement and innovation set a precedent for future aviation pioneers. They embarked on a series of enhancements to their designs, focusing on refining their control mechanisms, increasing efficiency, and expanding their aircraft's capabilities. Their ensuing designs, such as the Wright Flyer II and the Wright Flyer III, showcased improvements in stability and control, paving the way for more reliable flight experiences. Despite their achievements, the Wright brothers faced challenges in translating their innovations into commercial success. Navigating the terrain of burgeoning competition and patent disputes required diplomacy and a strategic approach. They understood that their inventions would only gain practical significance if they could foster public interest and demonstrate the utility of aviation. To further this goal, the brothers participated in exhibitions and public demonstrations, showcasing their aircraft to captivated audiences across the United States and Europe. These events were crucial in generating enthusiasm for aviation, transforming public perception from skepticism to fascination. The popularization of aviation initiated a new era of transportation, inspiring people to embrace the possibilities that flight offered. Moreover, the Wright brothers established the Wright Company in 1909, which marked a significant step in transitioning from inventors to aviation entrepreneurs. This venture signified a commitment to creating a sustainable industry dedicated to the continued innovation of flight technology. The Wright Company worked to manufacture aircraft, train aviators, and develop aviation infrastructure, laying the groundwork for the commercial aviation industry that would follow. In tandem with the brothers' efforts, educational institutions began to recognize the importance of aviation in engineering and technology. Programs dedicated to aeronautical engineering were established, and universities began to research and develop flight technologies rigorously. The influx of talented individuals into the field fostered a culture of collaboration, paving the way for future advancements. As the chapter concludes, it is illustrated how the legacy of the Wright brothers extended beyond their individual achievements. Their innovations became the cornerstone for a flourishing aviation industry that transformed transportation, commerce, and exploration. Their commitment to pushing the boundaries of flight inspired a generation of inventors and engineers, setting the stage for a future defined by the limitless possibilities of flight. Chapter 7: Challenges Ahead, Competition and Setbacks. As the Wright brothers gained notoriety, the aviation landscape became increasingly competitive. Their groundbreaking achievement of the first powered flight did not go unnoticed. A wave of interest followed, drawing numerous inventors, engineers, and entrepreneurs into the pursuit of flight. This influx brought both enthusiasm and challenges for the Wright brothers. As they aspired to develop their enterprise, they were forced to navigate a labyrinth of competition, patent wars, and public perception. The competition emerges. The Wright brothers' triumph in Kitty Hawk marked the beginning of an intense competition in the aviation field. Figures such as Glenn Curtiss and Alberto Santos Dumont emerged as prominent challengers, each fueled by their ambitions to achieve aerial dominance. This burgeoning competition was not merely about technical superiority, it was about securing public and financial backing, which was essential for the survival of their respective ventures. In an era when technological innovation was key to economic growth, the pursuit of aviation technology attracted considerable investment from both private and public sectors. The Wright brothers found themselves engaged not only in their research and development, but also in a race against time. They had to ensure that their advancements were recognized and protected. This necessity led them to pursue patent protection vigorously. The patent wars. The Wright brothers secured a U.S. patent for their flying machine in 1906, a significant move that was crucial in safeguarding their innovations. However, the ensuing years were marked by legal disputes. Their patent encompassed the principle of controlled flight, an aspect that many other aviators challenged. The most formidable opposition came from Glenn Curtiss, who developed a different mechanism for controlling flight. The controversies that ensued were not just legal skirmishes, they were battles for credibility and dominance in the aviation industry. Court cases stretched over several years, consuming valuable time and resources. The brothers' commitment to protecting their patent often overshadowed their development efforts. As they were embroiled in litigation, they watched other aviators make significant progress. For example, Curtiss's successful developments in aircraft design and his demonstration of flight captured public attention, leading to speculation and excitement around his advancements. Navigating setbacks. Equally significant were the technical setbacks that the brothers encountered during their continued experimentation. Early aircraft designs were fraught with risks, and the stakes were high. Accidents, injuries, and even fatalities were common as the boundaries of aviation were pushed. The brothers bore the weight of their failures, which were often publicized, compounding the pressure they faced. Wilbur, in particular, was vocal about the challenges they encountered. He expressed frustration regarding the slow pace of progress, stating, "If we had more time and resources, we could develop safer and more efficient aircraft." Their concerns were legitimate. The early years of aviation were marked by experimentation fraught with danger. Every unsuccessful flight tested their resolve, but also provided critical lessons that shaped their subsequent successes. The power of collaboration. Amid these tumultuous challenges, one of the Wright brothers' greatest strengths remained their collaboration. Their ability to work together, each contributing unique perspectives, allowed them to adapt to challenges more effectively than many competitors. While competition was fierce, Orville and Wilbur found solace and strength in their partnership. They recognized that collaboration was not just about combining efforts. It was about fostering an environment of creativity and shared resilience. Despite the external pressures, the brothers focused on refining their aircraft, developing innovative flight controls, and improving safety measures. Their attention to detail and iterative design processes bore fruit as they continued to make strides in aviation technology. Legacy of resilience. Each challenge only served to solidify their legacy as pioneers, not only in invention, but in resilience. The Wright brothers demonstrated that true innovation is often born from the crucible of adversity. Their journey through the trial of competition and setbacks laid a blueprint for future aviators and inventors. The path to success is seldom linear. It is marked by obstacles that require innovation, tenacity, and most importantly, the ability to learn and adapt. Chapter 8. Enduring Impact. The Wright brothers' legacy in modern aviation. The legacy of the Wright brothers transcends their individual achievements. It encompasses a paradigm shift in human mobility and global interaction. Their contributions laid the groundwork for the aviation industry as we know it today, influencing the evolution of technology, commerce, and society. The implications of their innovation were profound, sealing their place in history as not only pioneers of flight, but also symbols of ingenuity and perseverance. Transforming society. With the advent of powered flight, the way humans interacted with the world fundamentally changed. The Wright brothers' achievement opened the skies, altering the dynamics of transportation and trade. Air travel evolved from a dream into a reliable mode of transportation, facilitating rapid movement of people and goods across vast distances. The global economy was forever transformed as commercial airlines began to emerge, connecting people and cultures in unprecedented ways. As air travel became more accessible, the aviation industry spurred economic growth across nations. Airports developed into bustling hubs, and a plethora of related industries, ranging from manufacturing to hospitality, evolved around it. The Wright brothers' innovation was not a standalone event. It ignited a chain reaction that would give rise to complex global networks, influencing technology and engineering. Beyond its societal implications, the Wright brothers' work served as a catalyst for advancements in aerospace technology. Their development of controlled flight principles fostered continuous research and innovation. Subsequent engineers and inventors built upon their foundational work, leading to rapid improvements in aircraft design, aerodynamics, fuel efficiency, and safety measures. The principles of flight established by the Wright brothers remain relevant in modern aircraft engineering. Concepts such as lift, thrust, and control surfaces were not merely theoretical. They became the bedrock upon which subsequent generations of aviation technology were built. Innovations such as jet propulsion, composite materials, and advanced avionics owe their existence to the pioneering spirit fostered by the Wright brothers' achievements, education, and inspiration. The Wright brothers' impact on future generations cannot be overstated. Their story has inspired countless individuals to pursue careers in aviation, engineering, and related sciences. Educational programs have emerged, both formal and informal, that aim to teach concepts of flight and aerodynamics, often drawing on the brothers' narrative as a key illustration of how persistence and creativity can revolutionize industries. In schools, their legacy is honored through curricula that emphasize the importance of STEM science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Storytelling that features the Wright brothers serves as a compelling testament to the possibilities that lie within the realms of curiosity and technical innovation. A lasting legacy of innovation. As we reflect on the legacy of the Wright brothers, their story serves as a reminder of the importance of resilience, collaboration, and an unyielding commitment to one's vision. In an era characterized by rapid technological changes, their journey resonates as a symbol of human potential when confronted with adversity. The impact of their work extends into the present and will continue well into the future. As we navigate new frontiers in aviation, such as unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, electric aircraft, and space exploration, the foundational principles established by the Wright brothers will continue to inform our understandings of flight. The dream they aspired to realize has transformed from humble beginnings into a global industry that connects humanity. In the end, the Wright brothers' revolution was not simply about the ability to fly. It was about the courage to dream, the tenacity to persevere, and the vision to imagine a world of interconnected possibilities. Their legacy inspires each new generation to explore the skies, reminding us that with determination, anything is achievable. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.